Type a line of dialogue into an ordinary text-to-speech model, and it reads back flat. Same pace, same mood, whether the words are a bedtime story or a panicked emergency call. So how do you get a machine to actually perform a script? Whispering here, shouting there, switching accents on cue? Google DeepMind's answer is Gemini 3.1 Flash TTS, a model you steer with inline audio tags. Let us look at how those tags turn plain text into a directed performance across more than 70 languages. First, let us see the gap this model is built to close. Traditional text-to-speech gives you a single voice reading at one steady pace. It might sound clear, but it cannot tell a joke from a warning. Every sentence lands with the same tone and the same rhythm, no matter what the moment calls for. You get correct words, yet the delivery stays flat, and that flatness is exactly what breaks the illusion of a real speaker. Here the model flips that script by letting you direct the performance. You mark the text with inline audio tags for style, pace, tone, accent, even scene direction and character, and Gemini 3.1 Flash TTS interprets them as it speaks. Google reports you can adjust expression mid-sentence, so one line can shift from calm to urgent right where you want it. The words stay yours. The delivery becomes yours too. So how does tagged text actually become finished audio? Follow it one step at a time. This is where you start in plain text. You write your script, then sprinkle in audio tags that read almost like stage directions, marking where the voice should slow down, sound excited, whisper, or take on a particular accent. Nothing here requires audio editing skills, since the tags live right inside the words as simple inline markup. Once your tag script arrives, the model reads both the words and the directions around them. It parses each audio tag and decides how the delivery should change, blending style, pace, tone, and accent into a coherent performance rather than a flat readout. This controllability is the headline improvement Google DeepMind highlights for this release. Now the model generates the actual speech, and it can do this across more than 70 languages with native multi-speaker dialogue. That means two distinct characters can trade lines in a single pass, each keeping its own voice and emotion. On the artificial analysis leaderboard, Google reports an ELO score of 1,211 for its quality. Finally, the finished audio is delivered to your application, whether that runs through the Gemini API or through Vertex AI for enterprises. Every clip carries a Synth ID watermark, an invisible marker that flags it as AI generated to help curb misinformation. From weather apps to Google Vids, that is the same pipeline powering real products today. Strip it back, and three ideas define this model. They hand you fine-grained control through inline audio tags. Style, pace, tone, accent, scene direction, character voice, and even mid-sentence expression shifts all become things you write into the script. Google frames this improved controllability and expressivity as the core reason the model exists, turning flat narration into a performance you actually direct. They scale that expressive voice across more than 70 languages with native multi-speaker dialogue built in. A single request can voice a two-person conversation, and the same model reaches you through both the Gemini API and Vertex AI. That breadth is what lets one system serve narration, agents, and dubbing for a global audience. They come wrapped in provenance and a few honest limits. Every output carries a Synth ID watermark so listeners can tell the voice was synthesized, which matters as these clips get harder to separate from a real person. Steering still takes careful tagging, and rankings like that ELO score come from Google's own reported benchmarks. Alright, let us lock in the essentials. This model is Google DeepMind's text-to-speech system built for controllability, letting you steer style, tone, pace, accent, and scene direction with inline audio tags rather than a single flat voice. Audio tags are the key idea. You write directions straight into the script, and the model interprets them mid-sentence, blending style, pace, tone, and accent into one directed performance. Reach comes standard here, with more than 70 languages and native multi-speaker dialogue, delivered through the Gemini API and Vertex AI, and every clip watermarked with SynthID for provenance. Remember that Google reports an ELO score of 1,211, though those benchmarks are its own, so treat the polish as promising rather than proven. If turning fast-moving AI releases into clear explainers sounds like your kind of thing, come explore the rest of our library over at standarity.com.